Hey guys, welcome back to another Top 5 OMG Moments video. Today I'm going to be doing Top 5 OMG Moments on episode 10 of the 100 season 3. And my question is, how are we already on episode 10 of the 100 season 3? This means there are only like 6 episodes left before the show goes on another hiatus, and I'm sorry, but too much is going on right now for that to happen. You know, I honestly don't think that they're going to get through everything that they need to in these last 6 episodes, and I'm really not sure how I feel about certain plots being left hanging at the end of the season. Obviously, this video is going to contain spoilers not just for Fallen, but for every episode of the 100 that has already aired so far. So proceed with caution. Top 5 OMG moment number 1, Murphy and Ontari. Since the majority of this episode actually revolved around the City of Light and the Resistance, I thought I would start off this video by talking about Murphy and Ontari in Polis. Say what you will about Murphy, but the guy is fantastic. He is actually brilliant at talking his way out of things and ensuring that he doesn't get killed. Sure. I mean, yes, he does end up being tortured a lot, and Ontari seems to have a thing for chaining him to the wall. But in the end, he is alive, and that's all that really matters, right? Ontari, of course, spends this entire episode trying to convince everyone in Polis that she is their rightful commander, despite the fact that she doesn't have the flame, thanks to Clark and a little bit to Titus. And Ontari has also been told by Rowan that she needs to pretty much stay hidden. Thanks to Murphy, Ontari asserts her authority over the council people and allows Murphy to be her pretend flame keeper, because obviously if she's going to keep up the illusion that she has the flame, then she needs a pretend flame keeper, which Murphy happens to point out to her, and then she sleeps with him because she had him chained to the wall by a collar around his neck. Kinky. I still don't like Ontari, like at all, especially she did if anyone watches Game of Thrones, she did the mountain thing with the eyes, and I didn't watch it. I closed my eyes. I can't watch those sorts of things. But it was gross and creepy, and Ontari is not a nice person. Top 5 OMG moment number 2, Pike versus the Resistance. The first thing to happen in this episode is the Bellamy beatdown that I've been waiting for since the trailer for season 3 was released. Despite everything, Bellamy is still trying to protect Octavia, which is, you know, adorable, and he showed that by allowing her to take out her frustration on him and basically beat him to a pulp, which she did. You know, I honestly don't think their relationship is going to recover overnight, and a little part of me thinks that it's not going to recover, like, at all. I mean, Bellamy is pretty much a big reason why Lincoln died, and, you know, Linktavia was just adorable. Bellamy did have some redeeming qualities in this episode though, when he double-crossed literally everyone and manipulated the situation to suit his needs. First up, Monty escapes from Arcadia and radios Bellamy to meet. Sensing a trap, Kane and Octavia decide to go and meet Monty, but they bring Bellamy along as a hostage. It's so sad. I mean, like, Octavia literally had her sword across Bellamy, and I'm like, you know that's your brother, right? Like, I know he did some bad shit, but like, that's your brother, right? It's obviously a trap, and Pike is waiting for them with a captured Monty at the dropship. So Monty's like, oh, I'm sorry, but you know, I think we all know who's to blame here. Bellamy declares his loyalty to Pike and offers to take him to where the rest of the Resistance are hiding. On the way there, however, Bellamy double crosses Pike and hands him over to the waiting Grounders. Kane asks to be allowed to go to Polis with them, and they agree. I am not okay with this, alright? Kane should be going back to Arcadia to get Abby, especially since Arcadia is in a hell of a lot of trouble right now. Top 5 OMG moment number 3, Raven and Allie. Speaking of Arcadia being in trouble, it's sort of fitting that this OMG moment is thanks to Raven. In the beginning of this episode, we see Raven desperately trying to keep Allie out of her head and asks Abby to actually remove the chip. And you know, it's really interesting because it actually does work for a little while. You know, Raven keeps herself busy, she keeps herself distracted, and it does work, but then she sort of lets Allie in again, and it's just, ugh. She tells Abby and Jasper that she thinks that they can get the chip out of her head if they get one of the wristbands that the 100 was wearing when they first came down to Earth. Jasper rushes off to get a hand on the wristband, but it's too late for Raven, as Allie manages to find her way back into Raven's mind and shows her all of the pain that she originally erased. So Raven is all of a sudden having flashbacks to Finn's death, flashbacks to being strapped to the table and like bone marrow and everything, and the spine surgery, and it really goes. I mean, the poor girl has been through a lot in these past 3 seasons. I mean, she's been through a lot. I don't blame her for wanting to get rid of the pain, but the way she's done it is just like a no. Abby tries desperately to help Raven, but thanks to Jackson being one of Allie's minions, sadness, Raven agrees to let Allie back in, and all of a sudden it's not Raven anymore. Like, she even sounds like Allie now, and that is super creepy and sad. You know, we still don't have Kick-Ass Raven back. Top 5 OMG moment number 4, Abby. Okay, so this is the exact reason I did not want Abby to remain behind in Arcadia when Kane left. I mean, come on, like he literally leaves her alone for like 2 seconds and now she's all for the City of Light. I mean, just let me have some cabbie, please. Is that too much to ask from this show? I mean, they destroyed Clexa, they destroyed Linktavia. Can I please have some cabbie? Thanks to Ali completely taking over Raven's mind, she, Jaha, and Jackson managed to coerce Abby into taking the trip by having Raven slit her own wrists and then not allowing Abby to help her until she took it. As much as I really love Raven, I was actually kind of hoping that Abby wouldn't take the chip or that she would take it, but like she'd keep it under her tongue or something and would spit it out as soon as she saved Raven. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and now Abby is working with Jaha and Ali, and Kane is on his way back to Polis, and I don't know what to do anymore. And top 5 OMG moment number 5, Jasper and Clark. Okay, so who else thought that Clark wasn't going to be in this episode? You know, considering she's basically been the central character since the show began, it's been really refreshing this season to see that we've had a couple of episodes now where she hasn't been in it. So obviously the first episode, she was only sort of in half, and then there was an episode earlier where she wasn't in it at all, and now this episode, she's only in at the very end of this episode. Now that Clark has sort of found Jasper and that she's back with, you know, the characters that we are used to seeing her with, I'm really curious to see whether or not she's still going to sort of go off to find Luna or if she's going to try and help her mum with the City of Light thing. After being caught by Ali's minions earlier in the episode, Jasper manages to escape with the now broken wristband and goes to see Raven and Abby, only to find that Raven is unconscious due to the whole wrestling thing and Abby is now an agent of the City of Light. He makes a split-second decision that makes me love him, considering he's been, you know, really moody and drunk a lot this season. The fact that he does this just makes me like instant skyrocket to favorite character, just makes me so happy. He decides to effectively kidnap Raven and get her out of Arcadia. He steals her over and smashes through the gate, only to almost run Clark over. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I wasn't super watching. I think I was like Snapchatting or something at the time. I just kind of looked up and all of a sudden there was Clark and I was like, what are you doing here? After arguing with Clark for a few precious seconds about Lincoln, where Jasper sort of goes, he's dead, which is very sad and brought up some very unhappy memories, Clark finally gets into the vehicle and the two escape, but not before Clark sees her mum and the other residents of Arcadia creepily staring at them as they left. I mean, it was creepy. It was a creepy stare. I can only imagine what was actually running through Clark's mind in that moment. You know, probably something along the lines of, I'll leave you guys alone for 3 months and you're fine. And then I move to Polis and somehow everything goes to shit. What? Now that Clark is back with Bellamy and Jasper, well, I'm assuming that Jasper's going to take her to Bellamy and Octavia and everyone. I am really interested to see what's going to happen because it's pretty much just going to be the season 1 characters together and everyone else is sort of spread out again. And yes, I'm really looking forward to seeing them all working together again. Here are my 4 questions I'm hoping get answered in the coming episodes. Question number 1, will Kane and Abby ever see each other again? Because the way they're going, I'm going to guess no. Question number 2, are Jasper and Clark going to be able to save Raven? Question number 3, is this the point where the City of Light and the Polis storylines finally intersect? I mean, at some point Clark is going to show the flame to someone and someone is going to click onto the fact that that is the AI that Ali is actually looking for. And question number 4, is Murphy going to sleep with literally every pretty grounded girl he meets? Because so far he is 2 for 2. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below what your top 5 OMG moments for this episode was and whether or not you want the City of Light storyline to finish at the end of season 3. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Stay random. Bye.